Welcome back, everyone, to Delerium Wars, a city of echoes. Thank you so much for joining us once again this week. Last session, our adventurers were captured, defeated at the hands of the Ratlings. Upon waking up in a disgusting pile of debris, refuse, half-eaten, dead beings, they, took stock of what they had and still, realized that most of them were still in good shape. Barbarossa, unfortunately, missing his right arm. It seemed like it was crudely amputated, for whatever reason, more than likely to be eaten. There was a fifth person there. She introduced herself as Lieutenant Petra Lang of the Hooded Lanterns. Some quick thinking by Finnian. He was able to get himself free of the shackles that clung you guys to the wall. Right as you guys were freeing everyone else, you all heard a large commotion, the sounds of quiet fighting coming from down the hall, and then a familiar tune being strung, kind of echoing from the sounds of that silent battle. And all you heard was, Jupiter Jones, such a furious and wonderful leader and warrior, Jupiter Jones. And of course, coming out of these beautiful sounds was Leamington Whithalf and Jupiter Jones. The same knight that claimed to be from Caspia, bringing honor back from the lost city of Drakkenheim back to Caspia. He claimed to have been sent by Aasimar, a character you all have met already traveling through the city. He contacted Jupiter Jones and requested the rescue of his sister, Petra, as the official policy of the Hooded Lanterns is if you're lost in the city, then you are lost. They don't have the manpower, the resources to always launch large-scale rescues. But Ansem, not wanting to lose his sister, contracted Jupiter Jones and his small gang of Caspian warriors to rescue her. He, of course, didn't leave the four of you there to fend for yourselves. He quickly came to your rescue and boldly claimed that you all now owe him one, of course. Although he did claim that the debt of honor that you all accrued back at the Bark and Buzzard in Emberwood Village is still yet to be paid. But nonetheless, you all quickly made your way from the Rat's Nest Tavern, or the Rattling Burrow, through the sewers, or through a tunnel that led to the sewers. There was a wall blocking, but of course, you guys were able to break through the rubble and get yourselves into the sewers. And right as you guys were escaping, a group of these aquatic dregs and this large hammerhead-like dreg burst out of the water and tried to attack you all as you all were fleeing the sewers. But of course, it was no real battle as you all survived and came out victorious. We ended the session as you all came up out of the sewers, and this not quite out of danger just yet, although there is power in numbers, they say. As you all came out of the sewers, you all noticed that there were 3 dregs, 2 of them being what's known as delirium dregs. Throw up the art there for you real fast. And a tentacle dreg, seemingly devouring a horse and a Hooded Lantern scout. You can see him just, the rags and tethered remains of his Hooded Lantern cloak. We did end the session there as you all had gained a level as well. So let's go ahead and go around and tell everyone what you have gained through this level up. We're going to go ahead and start with Heryn.
Recent experiences have left me questioning myself. searching for quite potentially where I can draw from a source of power. As we do search for these sources of power in our journeys, I've looked for where I've found my inspiration, and quite possibly I can say I've always found sympathy and comfort in a drink. So the way of the drunken master has made it to my characters, and we will explore that more as we go.
Phenomenal. What about Seraphel?
The Seraphel has always been intrigued by the school of divination, as he's looking to experience more spells and abilities from the diviner subclass. So he will continue his journey in becoming a diviner.
Lovely. And Finnian?
Well, I won't try to wax too eloquently on my level of power gained, but I feel as if the longer I'm near the city or in the city of Drakkenheim, the more powerful I become, and that is strictly due to my god, the wonderful and holy Beyondship the Healer, and I feel more in his life domain than ever before, which will not only help me to heal my companions with more efficiency, but also to share the blessings of my god upon them. The end.
Amazing. Barbarossa is unfortunately not with us at the moment, but he, with his level up, I do believe he has picked the Phantom subclass. So, he's got abilities like Whispers of the Dead and Wail from the Grave. So, should be looking forward to seeing how he uses that in action. As we begin, the large group of you are just looking at this small sight of gore and just gruesome violence. It's a great microcosm for the city at large. You see the two Dreggs just gruesomely just tearing flesh. Not even most of it's just being thrown to the side, and they're just kind of like grabbing things, occasionally tossing the piece of meat or a bit of bone in their mouth and crushing down on it. But the majority of the violence is just tearing and gnawing away at it. Same with the tentacle Dregg. Jupiter Jones, he kind of slowly makes his way up to the front of the group, and he says, "I don't know about you, but I believe that we would be able to take them quite easily. Just give me 2 minutes with my sword."
Go get him, Jupiter Jones.
He kind of looks to his group, and you can kind of see them. "We've got your back, Lord Jupiter." And he kind of stands up, draws his sword, and screams, "For Caspia!" He begins running towards the Dreggs, and you can just kind of see them like just slowly come up from their I hate to call it their meal, but that's essentially what it is. And they kind of pull themselves up ready for battle. Everyone, go ahead and roll me initiative, please. All right. So, Finnian, I see a 17. Heryn is 17 as well. Seraphel in 18. Oh, I got to roll for Barbarossa. All right. So who has the higher dex out of Finnian and Heryn? I imagine it's Heryn.
Say so. 17.
I only have a 12 as dexterity.
All right. So 17. I'm going to get 18. All right. At the start of the combat, Jupiter Jones, like I said, just runs straight forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. With his great sword drawn. Ooh, I think that is a hit. Yes, that is a hit, a 14. Nice. He literally just cleaves that dreg in two entirely, killing it in the one hit. 5, 10, 35. Swinging once more with his great sword. Nice, definitely hitting. Again, completely eviscerating this delirium drag. Then he just kind of turns to the other and waits. Petra, she looks to like the rest of you all. She's just, obviously still not in the best of shape, and she just kind of comes over here and she says, "I think I'm going to let them handle this." Barbarossa's turn. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. With the short bow, fires at the tentacle drag. Nice, definitely hitting. Nice. Doing 7 damage. Heryn, you are up. Seraphel's on deck.
Just checking the range on this drag. 56. I draw a dagger from my side. I go to throw that dagger from my position here. Should be good at this range. I throw that. Do this. Hit.
Definitely a hit.
Oh, goodness. 4.
All damage is good.
And then I am going to select my token. If I can, select. And move 40 feet, which actually at this point you're noticing a little bit more gusto in the step of Heryn. But I'm going to go alongside Barbarossa. We seem to do well together.
Nice.
And I'm going to hold at the moment.
All right.
Yep.
Seraphel, you're up.
So is this rubble here? How high is that rubble? Right
It's
there?
basically just on the ground. It's essentially just difficult terrain, all of this right here.
I was able to throw a dagger over it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the only part of the wall that's still standing is right here. It's where you see the shadow coming from.
Mhm.
And the tentacle drag, I imagine it was large enough to where Heryn was able to just skim this wall here.
Yeah.
And kind of wink.
So I'll move to here, and I should be able to see over the rubble.
For sure, yeah.
And can I see that drag from there, or should I move more? No, I can see. Okay.
You can definitely see him. I mean, if you're
Alright.
like, if you're doing a just kind of just because of like, it's not really a big deal. Go for it. What do you do?
Okay.
What have you got for us?
I'm gonna do a firebolt.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
that doesn't do anything.
that unfortunately is
Yep,
a miss.
Yep. Alright. That's it for me.
All right, Finnian, your turn.
Well, funny you should ask. I'm just going to walk down to become in range with the tentacled Dreg, and I'm going to pray for a sacred flame to take its life.
Nice. There's a 15 on that deck save.
Saves.
All right. Just
And
barely
then I'm going
getting
to
out of the way.
Use the rest of my movement to approach Petra and ask her if she's okay and needs any healing.
Yes, I'm okay. It's nothing life-threatening. I'm not necessarily prepared for a fight. I need to get back to the gate.
We'll get you there, and I end my turn.
Leamington and the rest of the group kind of break out. Still at Dorth, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bonus action, dash. 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Leamington kind of running up over here next to Seraphel. You actually see Thalia, Lorne, and Lorne Mills just kind of like walk over here, and they're just like kind of like putting their things, like getting themselves ready to kind of leave the area. They don't really even seem concerned with the fight that's going on. But Stella Dorth does throw a dagger.
Stella Dwarf.
That is her name.
Illador?
Not doing phenomenal damage, but still, all damage is good. All right. Leamington, he casts Bless once again. On the three of you, Heryn, Barbarossa, and Jupiter Jones. The Dreg. You see two knives sticking out of it. It's like definitely taken some good hits, but it's just trudging forward with unbridled rage towards Jupiter Jones. See these two tentacles coming out of its back, trying to go for a slap. Ooh. Critical hit on the Jupiter Jones. It's 18. All right. It's 15.
Yeah, we'll have to take it out, and then we need to put that in.
30. See Jupiter Jones like literally get slapped twice, and he like stops for a second, almost like he might kind of fall over, but then he just slowly kind of picks his head up, and you can just see like a little blood kind of trickle down his mouth, and he just smiles and exclaims, "My turn!" as he swings his great sword.
Oh,
Double threes.
wow.
He does unfortunately miss both times. I think he just barely misses. Its AC's 13. Unfortunate. Petra Lang is still she's joined Thalia and Lauren, just kind of gathering her things, getting ready. Barbarossa with his short sword. Nice, that is a hit. Nice. Creature is just barely standing, but it's still standing. Heryn, you're up.
You see Heryn make his way down in between this what seems like a slit in the wall, like maybe it was once a window or something.
Yep.
And trying to get an angle just behind them, and I'm going to draw another dagger to throw from behind.
Nice. Roll it. Nice.
And I guess I don't need to put less on that.
You do not. That is a definite hit.
Okay. Goodness.
Another one on the damage, but
Actually, yes. So that is 2 daggers that are stuck in this tentacled dreg.
yep.
And I'm going to end my turn there.
All right. Seraphel.
Seraphel will attempt again as the heat starts to come on his fingertips, and he launches a firebolt at this creature.
Nice.
And as the firebolt starts to come out, it fizzles right to the ground.
It just
Like
goes bang.
Yep, and it burns right in front of him.
All right.
Little firework coming out there.
Yep.
Finnian, you're up.
Well, Finnian will just move slightly to be in view and range of the tentacled dreg and pray once again for a sacred flame to take the life of this poor, mutated, grotesque.
Nice. That is a fail.
And then I will give it some damage. For
Nice.
6 points of flame.
So, yes, you see the golden radiant flame burst up around the
There
tentacle
we
drag. The drag himself igniting in this radiant flame. You just kind of see him trying to pat himself, but with every pat, new fire catches. And before just as you blink, he fades to dust as it burns him.
And I say a prayer of thanks to the great and mighty Dionchet, the healer god.
Jupiter Jones turns around.
Follow.
Great
Go
sword.
down on one knee, offering prayer, with no regard for what Jupiter Jones is doing.
He turns around. He says, "Who threw that last spell? That one was mine. I got the last 2. I wanted the 3rd."
I continue praying and ignore Jupiter Jones.
I just point from a distance over at Finnian with pride.
He looks at Finnian and he's just like, "Duh, again with the honor. You have no." He almost looks a little frustrated, and Stella just kind of pipes in, "Don't worry, boss. He did us all a favor. Now we need to get going. We're here on a job. We're not just waltzing around the city." He goes, "Duh, yes, Stella, you are right." And he just kind of screams, "Petra, Miss Petra, we need to be going." Almost like as if she was the one holding the group up. But
I lay down, and I in the dust of this tentacle drag, I pick up the daggers that I threw into it.
yes, as does Stella. And Barbarossa also goes and collects his 2 arrows. But Jupiter Jones's group kind of gathers around him along with Petra. And he says, "Well, we are making our way to Shepherd's Gate. Of course, the invitation for you to come along is always open. And Petra, she kind of pipes in. The gate normally doesn't do kindly to strangers, but I imagine they'll make exceptions as you are part of my rescue.
We
And he
fired off your flare gun last session, but nobody ever arrived.
Oh, yes, you did. Did you fire it while,
She grabbed it from me and fired it herself, and nobody came.
Yes,
And
yes.
I would just like to know
I had forgotten. Thank
what
you.
kind of group this Hooded Lantern is if they don't respond to their own help.
She,
Signals of flared signals for help.
she
They don't even
exclaims-
respond.
That's the very same reason why they don't send out rescue missions. We are very bare on resources, the manpower. Maybe they didn't have them to spare. Who knows? Maybe they're on their way right now, and we'll meet them on their way.
Apparently, they
I
did
hope that
not
is the
have-
case.
They
But
did not
what-
have anything to spare, and nobody came.
Would you require our assistance to continue on to Shepherd's Gate?
I think Sir Jupiter Jones has this in hand there, Seraphel.
Okay.
He says, "Yes, I require no assistance, although assistance is always welcome. I do say there are power in numbers."
I believe we already assisted you in dispatching these horrible, grotesque, mutated dregs.
And I point
I-
over there. I point
I
over
would
there.
say you just took my kill. But nonetheless, the evil is dealt with for now.
Indeed.
So, are you joining us to Shepherd's Gate, or
Seraphel looks at the rest of the party. Well, we are somewhat injured, are we not? Do we need rest?
Maybe how
is it-
far how far are we from the city's edge?
so? Yes, not far. So, you all, were at the Rat's Nest Tavern. The path that the sewer kind of took you, brought you back up in this little area right here. So you're only about a block away from the actual edge of the city.
My proposition to my own party then is this: let's part ways with Jupiter and his merry band of pranksters and Miss Petra, and let us journey to the west, out of the haze, and make camp for the night.
Interesting.
Okay.
What say you, fellows?
I agree. We should.
We need to rest.
We need to rest.
We should not impose ourselves on the Hooded Lanterns any more than need be. They already have those guys to deal with. Let us just travel the 2 miles outside of the haze from this point.
Finnian, this Aasimar Lang, does he not, as they say, owe you one?
Perhaps we shall let that one slide. Or maybe they will pay us back the favor at a different time.
How far is
Barbarossa,
the Shepherd's Gate from here?
So, you guys are, I said, right around there. Shepherd's Gate is at number 5.
Okay.
And we would travel with Jupiter Jones if we did.
Yes.
We would have
So-
to stay in the company of Lord Jones.
No,
if
I
we
mean,
went
you
to-
wouldn't
if we
have
went
to.
with
You could follow behind them if you wanted to.
Yeah, and he'd be,
such second-class citizens, you might say.
and he'd be. Jupiter Jones would be taunting us the whole walk
Oh,
there.
the whole way.
Am I not good enough to walk with?
But yes, they're headed to Shepherd's Gate to deliver Petra Lang, presumably. But Barbarossa, he kind of chimes in, and he says that he agrees with Finnian because, yes, Aasimar owes Finnian one, but that doesn't necessarily mean the lanterns owe us one. He kind of brings back up. He's like, they wouldn't even send a team or a squad to rescue their own member. Who's to say that they'll honor a favor from another member? you know.
I think Ansem is on his way to being allies with us, but maybe we should revisit that at a later time.
Sounds fair. Sounds very fair to me.
I agree.
Because
Well,
I would like to part ways with Jupiter. I don't know about the rest of you.
Then let's part ways and head to the woods.
Finnian, I do agree with you. His ego is a bit cumbersome.
yeah, as their group kind of finishes getting ready, he turns around and sees the four of you, not like, not in a circle, like, talking, but the four of you talking amongst yourselves, and he turns and says, I'll take that as you're going your own ways, which is fine. But if you die, just know I offered you a chance of salvation, my friends.
Thank you,
And
Lord
if-
Jones.
And if we meet again, I sure hope that we can settle this debt that you owe me. And he just kind of bursts out laughing and says, come on, gang. Leamington, sing us a tune. And, Petra, she says, we should really keep it down while we're traveling through the streets. We don't want to attract any unwanted attention. And you hear Jupiter Jones scream, I love unwanted attention. It's what fuels me. And they just kind of walk off into the distance, Leamington stringing his lute, and, the rest of his group looking, around them, very high alert, as they must be to protect him.
As they
Bye.
walk away, I look back at the group and I pull out one of my daggers, and I look back at the group. Should I?
It's very tempting. As
I don't
Hey,
think
little-
he's worth it, Heryn.
as a flame flickers on my finger. Well, let him go.
I put the dagger back in.
He is
My
of
sheath.
no consequence.
Barbarossa says, yes, I don't think he's going to be a problem for us. If anything, maybe a useful fool that we could use at a later date.
Well, the problem
you
with
got it
Jupiter,
right.
the real problem with Jupiter Jones is he now knows about the delirium we were supposed to recover at the Rat's Nest Tavern.
Seraphel, why did you have to tell him?
Well, I shouldn't have, but I thought maybe he'd help us recover it.
Well, usually when he helps, it's clear he's in for some form of payment. And if we were supposed to return this, I don't know that we would have that payment to give.
I get the distinct impression that when Jupiter Jones lends a helping hand, the cost is not worth it.
It
Well-
seems he only works for himself.
All better that we say farewell and send him on his way. Maybe we could go to Shepherd's Gate without the company of Jupiter Jones. Maybe under different circumstances.
Well,
Barbarossa. Oh,
speaking of the delirium, should we attempt at some point after our rest to retrieve what we can of it?
It is either that or let Jupiter Jones recover it. I'm sure your order will require it either way.
Well, Nimble Quill tasked us with that.
Yes.
Yes, she did, and she did not seem to have much faith in our success. Did you notice that? Maybe the Amethyst Academy was sending us to our capture or death willingly.
You're saying we were set up?
I would be lying if I said that did not cross my mind.
Barbarossa says, do you think they were testing the abilities of the ratlings and using us as the proverbial rats in the experiment?
I look over and lock eyes with Seraphel.
I don't think that the Academy would do something of that nature. I just think that they didn't inform us of what we would come upon.
It matters not. My trust for them wanes.
Hmm.
think
Well,
maybe we should-
I hope we can regain that trust with you through my adventuring with you and eventually my contacts with the other members of the academy.
I think if maybe we make camp somewhere safe and think on these things, maybe we could find answers.
Barbarossa, he definitely says that he definitely agrees with Heryn that, we should maybe, if we do decide to go back for this delirium, then maybe we should decide what to do with it ourselves instead of just handing it away to the first bidder.
Here's a point I hadn't thought of. Barbarossa is missing an arm. Barbarossa was promised he could be made whole again if we stuck with Jupiter Jones. So I think back there where I said we should split from Jupiter Jones, he would have argued to stay with Jupiter Jones.
He is not worried about his regaining an arm.
Was his arm cauterized to a point of?
Yeah,
I wouldn't say comfort, but maybe manageability.
Yes, so he's not he's not actively bleeding out. He's not going to, like I said last session, the only real game mechanic disadvantage is the fact that he can't grapple and attack at the moment. But it's it won't be difficult for him to find someone to replace the arm.
Maybe we should think about doing that as our first point of business.
But yeah, he as I am now remembering that I am playing Barbarossa, who does not have her arm. He would like to head back to Emberwood after the rest, potentially, to fix that, or figure out a way to fix it, and then
perhaps we should head to Emberwood now.
Around
the outside of the perimeter of the city?
That would be a good idea. I would say the only issue with that is with the Dran River.
Well, I believe I have us covered on that one, DM.
Okay.
Would any of us know who could help in Emberwood?
Heryn, you definitely would. You would know
a roll
that...
help?
No, you don't need any roll. Okay. Heryn, you would definitely know that Tobias Crow, the proprietor of Crow and Sons, the smithy.
I know Tobias.
He is a very well known and before the fall, he used to make armor for the Von Kessels, and now is just kind of become an old grumpy old man. He's just trying to provide for his family, keep them safe.
I do know Tobias. He doesn't like it when I call him Toby.
He does not like that. He does not. But he would probably be very happy at the challenge of creating such an item. Or such an appendage.
Well, then my plan is to exit the city in the nearest point of the border, and we will trek around the outside. How much time is left in the day?
So, yes. It is getting pretty late into the afternoon. It's around 4 or 5. You have about 2 hours until the actual sun fully, it's always dim in Drakkenheim, but before the sun fully dips below the horizon, and this, you guys would have seen it before. The city does this very interesting thing at night where the haze kind of, looks like it lifts itself up off the city, and it almost like an aurora borealis effect kind of happens above the sky where it shines these different shades of octarine, purple and pink. And then it ends up fading by daybreak. But you have about 2 hours till that actually begins.
I think if we can make it to the Dran River by sundown, we'll be doing pretty good, fellows.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you guys... Let's see. It's 1 mile. Yeah, you guys are only about 3 miles away So you could easily walk 3 miles in 2 hours. No big deal.
Easily.
For sure.
I think we could do about 2 miles in 1 hour if we really try.
Yeah. If you're really trekking, for sure.
Right. Yeah. As long as we don't encounter anything along the way.
I would love to make our way back to Amberwood if we could.
Then we make for the Drown River, DM.
All right.
As fast as we can.
So you all leave the city. It's a very short trek, just 1 block away. And as you all are leaving the city, there's just a heaviness kind of settles over you all as just everything that's kind of happened, in the last day or so, is really, the danger, the real danger that the city possesses. There is no mercy to be found, whether in the walls or out of the walls. This place is deadly, and it will come for us all if we're not careful. Just the weight of that kind of settles on all of your minds. But Finnian, go ahead and roll me a d4. So yeah, you guys make very quick time. You guys aren't at a running pace, but you guys are basically like professional speed walkers. Really making your way through the brush. You guys don't encounter anything. It's very uneventful, but in 40 minutes, you all make it to the Dran River, and you guys can see it there. It's 400 feet wide. You guys are actually, right about here. You guys find an area where the Dran River begins to kind of slow down while it's coming around a bend. How do you all plan to cross it?
I will approach the banks of the river, and I will go down on one knee and say a prayer to Dianchet the healer, and I will beseech him, please, my lord, show them that you are real and your power flows through me, and I will conjure a ferryman with a level 2 spell that I just learned.
Oh, okay.
Conjure ferryman. When standing on a riverbank or on the shore, of some other body of water, you summon a fairy spirit and its boat, which appears in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. The spirit disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends. The spirit is friendly to you and your companions for the duration. Roll initiative for the creature, which has its own turns. It takes you and up to 1 companion per your level across the river or body of water. No action required by you or to other locations along the same water. If you don't issue such commands, it defends itself from hostile creatures, but otherwise takes no actions.
That is such an awesome exploration spell. Yes. Holy crap. What a good pick. I love that.
Amazing.
Awesome.
So yes, you you say your prayer, and it's like a second of just pristine silence kind of passes, and then just out of the contaminated waters, this pure, pristine, just almost like just regenerative energy just kind of springs forth from the very words of Finnian, taking the form of a spirit ferryman. And Finnian, you actually notice that the ferryman is like wearing regalia of Dianchet, and looks like one of the old priests that would actually kind of take care of the old temples, almost like as if summoned to once again to regain its duty to Dianchet and its fellow followers.
I walk up behind Finnian, looking upon this in wonder. And I just put my hand on his shoulder with a feeling of approval.
Barbarossa, he says, "Yes, I already had a good feeling about joining with you all, but this seals the deal." And he just kind of like walks up to Finnian and just kind of looks over at him and says, "Permission to come aboard, Captain."
Permission granted, my friend.
He takes a step, and almost as if like he's unsure if it's actually going to be a solid surface for him to step on, but he takes that step of faith and gets on the ferry, and you can kind of see him like gathering his sea legs for a second. But a small, gentle kind of smile comes over his face, and he's just like, "Ah, yes."
Oh, I've seen you smile yet, Barbarossa.
I hope he's not mad at that.
He should have been here.
What if he was like, "Hey, yeah,
Hey, you don't show up, I make you smile.
yeah, new rule. You don't show up, your character's gonna smile."
Hey, when the DM's controlling the character, anything goes.
All right.
Seraphel approaches the boat and puts his foot on the boat, but hesitates for a moment and looks back in the direction of the Rat's Nest Tavern, which is miles away, thinking about the delirium, shaking his head. And he looks back at his friends and says, "We must go back for that delirium." And he steps onto the boat.
As you
Takes a seat.
As you say that and kind of take a seat, and you feel the gentle wave of the Dran River rocking the ferry back and forth, and you're thinking about the delirium. You just hear a "Don't worry, my young wizard. We will get it. You will bring it to me." Oh, yes. And then, of course, it fades like it always does.
And a smile comes across my face.
You okay, my friend?
Oh, indeed. I am.
You don't seem okay.
Oh, I just had a thought. That's all.
Let's hope it's a good one.
It was a funny one.
It's very good. And I actually,
So,
as I'm sitting there on the boat, I open my pouch, which contains 5 delirium shards, or chips. And I look at them in the pouch, and I close the pouch real quick.
you say, "My precious."
I don't say my precious, but I smile.
So, you all step onto the ferry, and he begins, of course, Finnian giving him the command, I assume, to take you across to the other bank.
Yes, I stand at the bow with him and chatting with him below earshot of anybody else.
Nice. He begins to move you all. Now, at a standard kind of just like pushing pace, I imagine he's going relatively the same pace. That Styx would kind of ferry you all across.
Is Six Ferry in distance and like in sight? Can we see it?
Miles away.
Yeah, it's number 8, and you guys are kind of far down past the bend. Like, you can see the city, but you wouldn't be able to see like directly.
Okay.
But he begins to, he does move a little bit faster. So instead of a 30-minute journey, I'm going to say it's a 15-minute journey across the river, cutting the time in half.
I have him for an hour. It's concentration for an hour.
Nice.
If you break concentration, he does not disappear, but you lose control of him, which is pretty interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Whoa.
Wow.
So
that's why I'm chatting with him, to kind of maintain concentration on him.
Gotcha. So he reaches.
You know me.
Yeah, right. Don't attack. Come on. I'm the guy. I talked. How's the wife? How's the kids? Come on. So he kind of stops at the other bank and gestures to the 3, to Seraphel, Heryn, and Barbarossa, to disembark, and then he turns to Finnian and just kind of gives him a just like a head bow of respect, but of course does some like Dion Chet signage towards you. Just kind of denotating like, yes, you're one of the clan. And almost as if like a thanks for letting me serve, Shet once again. Then he just kind of looks for you as well, Finnian, to disembark.
I will do so and walk away.
Nice. Do you? I guess not main. I guess you don't have to necessarily. I was gonna ask if you like dismiss him, but I guess taking your concentration away doesn't dismiss him. I guess, but as you all reach the other bank and disembark and walk away from this spectral ferryman, the road and rest of the travel to Emberwood is fairly uneventful. Is there anything that you guys would like to discuss or talk about on the way there before we arrive? It's about an hour-long journey. It's about an hour the rest of the way. So, is there anything you all want to discuss? Next steps?
How long has it been since we were here last? Yesterday? Was it yesterday we set out?
So you guys set out 2 days ago. You were captured in the Rat's Nest Tavern for almost a full 24 hours.
Jesus. I recast the animal friendship on my snake friend, did I not?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
I'm going to do a ritual spell while we're walking, a 10-minute spell. I'm going to cast Find Familiar and bring Shard back.
Nice. What do you have Shard doing? Just flying above?
I have him flying above us.
So, as Shard is kind of doing circles around you, you can see about 5 miles to the west. I mean, it's off the map. I won't ping it. But about 5 miles west of the city, you can see Shard can see the giant encampment of Camp Dawn, the Silver Order encampment. You can see that the camp itself is fairly new. They're still having convoys coming in, and walls are still being erected, but the massive army is definitely on the doorstep of Drakkenheim. You can see griffins flying out of an erected stoop, kind of coming around, circling, almost exactly what you have Shard doing, but for the entire camp and surrounding kind of squads and supplies. But Shard definitely sees that, and then of course Shard sees Emberwood Village, once much larger, now is kind of more collected towards the city square, but it's, as always, chugging along. Is there anything else you guys would like to do or discuss before we arrive at Emberwood?
I inform the rest of the party what I see through Shard's eyes.
At this moment, Heryn just had a thought of Nathaniel. And the assistance that we gave to him earlier on. And
Yeah.
not forgetting the interaction and the same favor.
That was the cult member, right? The Falling Fire
assistance.
cult?
Yes, Nathaniel
That's
Flint.
correct. Yes.
Nathaniel Flint, yes, good
Yes.
man.
And so I had some notes about him, and I was just flipping through my pages as we were walking. I was flipping through notes, and I just meant, I'd seen that, it seemed so long ago, yet was just a couple days ago. But I assume that is how everyone feels being in that cave.
Yes, days are long in the city of Drakkenheim for sure, but this hour passes rather quickly as you all are not in your own heads, but there's definitely lots to be thought about as you all continue your journey together. But you all arrive at the village of Emberwood. Of course. Oh, whoops. You guys arrive at the north. It's kind of a welcome sight as you kind of cross over the bridge and you see the Chapel of St. Ardina, the Hooded Lantern Watchtower. And of course, you can see Caravan Court right in front of you. It is, the sun is just barely starting to set as you guys enter into Emberwood. So the crowds are beginning to thin, and the nighttime crowd is starting to come out. You can see some groups of friends, walking around, making their way towards either the Skull and Sword or the Bark and Buzzard. You actually see a large crowd kind of coming out of the Gilded Lily. They're all like, it's almost as if like they're cosplaying from a more gilded time, as they've got like these fine coats on, and they almost look like they just spent the night at the opera as they kind of exit the Gilded Lily. But how would you all like to proceed?
I'd look over at Barbarossa, and I would kind of put my hand where his arm would have been, and I'd say, I assume you want to get this fixed.
Yes,
here, my friend.
Of course, as that is the first thing on my agenda for the morning, but I don't think it would be proper of us to bother. What was his name? Tobias? You said?
Tobias, yes. Old Toby.
Yeah, chuckles. But he says, I don't imagine you would like to be woken at such an hour for such a job, but first thing in the morning.
Oh, I assumed this. You assumed otherwise? Yes, this is absolutely what you must do. Tobias, he's a particular one, so you need to be cautious.
I would think maybe some food and drink, my friends.
Can we see the caravan court from where we're standing, DM?
Oh, 100%. You guys are. You guys are at the base of the bridge here, and the caravan court's, right in front of you.
Does it look like there's still a merchant open who might sell me a healer kit?
For sure. Yeah, so they're all still there, but they're just kind of like putting their things away. It's kind of like, closing time at a farmer's market. Like, yeah, they're closing up, but they're always wanting to make one more buck for that day.
And I turn to my friends and I say, I have one stop to make before we make merriment with food and drink. I'll meet you at the Bark and Buzzard.
Of course, we are meeting at the Bark and Buzzard. Why would we meet anywhere else?
You have a point. It's really all we.
I know I do. I know.
We can't afford the Red Lion Hotel.
That's really all we can afford.
We will never afford the Red Lion Hotel. Inn.
Yes.
It's not a hotel. It's an inn.
It's an inn.
It's
beyond.
Motel.
It's beyond our means.
It's a motel.
We've been to a motel.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been to a motel. That was in the mill.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually, Finnian, I need to look around myself.
Accompany me, please, to the caravan court.
Let's go. Seraphel, Barbarossa, we see you at the Bark and Buzzard?
Absolutely. Barbarossa and I head over to the Bark and Buzzard.
Yes.
See you there.
So, as Heryn and Finnian, you guys approach Gangsbury Expeditionary Supplies, as Armin Gangsbury is, as Heryn explains, is the one that's, sells, adventure supplies. He's probably going to be the one that would most likely have what he's looking for.
Do you think you could get us a discount, Heryn?
I mean, let me see here. I could try. Certainly could try.
I pray you do.
Why not? I'll accompany you. You accompany me?
And we walk into...
Up to.
We walk up to the merchant in question.
Yes, Armin. He kind of turns to you and says, it's a little late in the evening, but of course, I'm always down for another deal. What is it that you two fine gentlemen are looking to acquire?
I'd love for you to help my friend here. He's in need of something, and I really believe that we are the patrons for you at the end of this day today.
He kind of looks and he strokes his long beard. He says, I've seen your mop of hair around the village before. Remind me, what is your name?
Heryn, and were you admiring?
He kind of chuckles, and you see him blush a little bit. No admiration, just occasional passing glance. But
I just kind of bring my fingers through my hair.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage, please.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Everyone, advantage, roll.
For 13, nice.
Yeah.
So he
admirable.
He says, "It's the end of the day. I've already made a profit. Sure.
Listen.
What is it that I can do for you?"
Have
Listen
you
to my
a
friend here.
healer's kit, sir?
Why, yes, of course. He kind of turns around and he opens up a crate and kind of has to pull a few things out, but he pulls out these 2 healer kits.
2 of them. Do I need 2 of them? 2 is better than 1.
We are in Drakkenheim.
Let's see. Let me pull up because I think it has 10 charges.
2 is 1, 1 is none.
1 is none. Thank you.
Is it a buy one get one deal today for the healer's kit?
He chuckles. He says, No. Normally I sell them for 25 gold pieces each, but for you, I won't make a profit on these. I'll give them for you at my price. 5 gold pieces each.
I will take them both.
Yeah.
Very fair, sir. We very much appreciate you.
He claps his hands and kind of holds them to you as he's holding out his hand for the 10 gold coins.
Hey, the man, Finnian.
I count 10 gold pieces out of my pouch. And I place them in his palm.
All right.
And while he's paying, I'm looking for any other merchants, and if my memory needs some spark, if there's a merchant that has some clothing nearby, I could just look through.
So no necessarily clothing. What specifically are you looking for?
I mean, it would basically just be a change of clothes.
For sure, yeah, okay. So you go to Marlowe's Provisions.
Marlowe, yes.
Yes.
I think Armin and I follow Heryn along to Marlowe's.
Yes, of course. He thanks you for the last minute business and continues
Also
packing up his things.
on our way out.
He returns it. And then as you all approach Marlowe's, he's definitely he sells water, mead, nuts, flour, cured meats, and just the very light kind of the occasional leather boots, gloves, maybe a pair of tongs to handle delirium with. But you go up to Marlowe and what are you asking for? He asks, why yes, it's always good to see you again, Heryn. I could never forget a face. Welcome,
Marlowe.
welcome.
Marlowe, thank you for having me here. And I know it's late in the day, and you must be wanting to finish up packing.
It is never too late for coin, they say, my friend. Never too late.
Unfortunately, I don't believe you're the one to receive coin today. I don't see any clothing of sorts. I was looking for some shirts and pants of some kind. Would you know anyone that would have some various clothing that I could purchase?
This other than the clothes on my back, I'm not quite too
see.
sure about
I-
selling you any clothes. Although
Yes.
I do know that he kind of looks around as if someone might be listening. I do know that Tessa Aldorf, the owner of the Gilded Lily, she likes the finer things in life. And he kind of like motions, and again to like the crowd that has since dispersed, but there are still a few people kind of meandering around, and they're very,
Sure.
fine, fine clothing. He says they didn't make that themselves,
Of course. And
Well, what is it that you're looking for, my friend? I am a master proprietor. I can find what you need.
Hey, listen. I understand that merchants, no merchants. And if you just know somebody that has some finer clothes, I'm just looking to regale myself in something a little more fine.
Well, I would check out the Gilded Lily. Although it's it's a bar.
I understand.
Why not make these clothes yourself?
These hands are not meant for sewing. They're meant for sewing.
He holds up his hands and says, No, I need no sewing of the muscles here, but Sister, I'm sorry I can't help you more.
That's okay. I appreciate the information.
He says, but is there anything else that I can help you with?
That's all I need. Maybe see you at the Bark and Buzzard later?
That depends if the old ball and chain lets me out.
Maybe too much ball, a little more chain needed?
Perhaps. Tell that to her.
I think that is a task for you, my friend. We'll see you later.
Yeah, just kind of chuckles and goes back to packing up his things. As Seraphel and Barbarossa begin to make their way to the Bark and Buzzard, you guys kind of turn down. You kind of hit Caravan. Whoops, wrong ping. Kind of hit Caravan Court and kind of come down, and right as you guys are about to turn right to head towards the Bark and Buzzard, a familiar halfling kind of comes out of the shadows.
Not again.
Out of the building right here, and he says, My. If it isn't my favorite purple wizard and his spooky friend. And he kind of walks up and he slicks his hair back and he says, I don't know if you remember, but your friend, Blackjack Mel.
We haven't met him yet.
Well, no, you haven't.
I was expecting Leamington.
Yes,
No,
I knew
yes.
what you thought. I knew what you had thought.
That's what I thought.
How'd you get here?
No. No, but Seraphel you guys would have definitely seen him around. He says, I know. He kind of slicks back his hair. I know you don't know me, but I know the two of you and the two of your other little friends that caused such a commotion with that, he kind of looks around, with that Jupiter Jones. I don't know about you, but I don't like him. He's loud, annoying, and by God, the smell. Oh, I know Caspian smell, but whew.
Actually,
he's a bit he's one that's a bit of much to take at times. Yes. What is it that we can do for you?
Oh, well, no, listen, I'm not going to approach and immediately demand something of you. No, it's more about what I can do for you.
Oh,
you see.
Interesting.
Now, you all really caught my eye, you see, whenever you stood up to such a a boisterous figure such as Jupiter Jones, and he's been going around this town making a name for himself, and a lot of people don't like him. I don't like him. People say they don't like him, okay? Now,
Yeah.
let's say something were to happen to Mr. Jupiter Jones, right?
Right.
Now, let's say someone hires you to take something from Jupiter Jones while that thing is happening. What would you say to this hypothetical question?
Being the raw student, very studious type who hasn't been around, has only been very book smart, but not street smart, I look at Barbarossa and say, is he implying that we're going to take something or kill Jupiter Jones?
Barbarossa kind of leans in and says, I'm not quite sure. The halfling's not making much sense, but it's clear he wants us to do something, either to or take something from Jupiter Jones. But we shouldn't agree to anything without conferring with the other two.
Absolutely.
And
What-
kind of
what
Blackjack
do you
Mellow,
want
and he
us-
says, no, listen, I know you can't make decisions without the other two, but now if you're interested, come meet me at the Skull and Sword, okay?
Well, before we part, what is it that you want us to get from him?
Now, you're asking too many questions, my friend. Come to the Skull and come to the Skull and Sword if you're interested, and if you're interested, you are. If you're not, you're not. And he kind of pulls up his collar as if it were raining, and throws his hands in his deep pockets, and he just kind of begins walking away towards the Skull and Sword, whistling to himself.
And Seraphel turns and watches him walk away, and I kind of say, very interesting character. I don't know who I trust more, Barbarossa, Jupiter Jones or that guy. They seem to both be untrustworthy.
Barbarossa says, yes, I've only met 3 trustworthy people in this city so far, and you are one of them. And Heryn and Finnian are the others.
I agree. Well, let's go have a drink, because my mouth is parched.
And the two of you continue to the Bark and Buzzard. Heryn and Finnian, are you guys doing anything else before you head to the Bark and Buzzard?
No, we were making our way, I believe. Yeah.
Actually, there's one more thing I was looking for, and I turn to Heryn and I say, is there any place in this little village where tribute is paid to the old gods?
I would immediately think of the chapel, and I would consider...
No, not the fire gods. The
old gods.
So, Heryn, you actually... There's a... Let me find it fast. I'm sorry. Ah, yes. You say it's...
There was the shrine, I believe, that is nearby. But
so, it's not nearby, but there is a shrine known as
when
the
I
shrine...
say, like, nearby...
Within the city, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's the Shrine of Morrigan. Morrigan, Finnian, you would know as one of the old gods. Morrigan is a shadow. He's a shadowy, elusive god. One that revels in the old power of things, not necessarily always a benevolent god, but he's like Morgan is one of those gods that kind of goes back and forth between good guy, bad guy, that kind of thing. But Heryn, you would know that that's really the only place left that's still dedicated to the old gods.
And on the map, is this the to the shrine of the old gods? Is that what you were referencing? That area?
Yes. Well, so
Okay,
yes,
okay,
there is that.
okay.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I would just relay that to Finnian as we're walking in. So, I'm kind of just gesturing us towards the Bark and Buzzard because clearly it's so far away. It's not of concern at this moment.
Yeah.
Or we wouldn't make it. Yeah.
I'm letting him usher me towards the towards the.
I
Bark
imagine
and
we're
Buzzard.
just like walking and talking, like our way to the Bark and Buzzard.
And I'm going along with it, but I am also sort of looking over my shoulder towards the direction that you indicated, where the.
But
shrine is.
I was kind of like gesturing off in the distance in that way.
And how far is it? How far is it? You say, a mile?
So sorry, I was referencing the Shrine of Morgan.
Okay.
That is. I had completely forgotten about the Shrine of the Old Gods, but the what's it called? Shrine of
Yeah, it's
Morgan.
good. It's good for us to establish these areas now.
No, yes, I appreciate it.
So the
Well,
Shrine of Morgan is actually within Drakkenheim?
It is. It's north of the castle.
But I would imagine I would just discuss, like we were just chatting about this stuff as we walk.
Yes, but the Shrine of the Old Gods, yes, is 7 standing stones comprise this ancient shrine that rests within a small grove of dying trees on the outskirts of Emberwood Village. It's about a mile outside of town. But on each of the stones are inscribed the legends of the old primordial gods, and between them rests a stone pedestal adorned with various animal bones, plants, and candles that are lit every night. And Heryn, you would tell him, that the shrine is kind of upkept by this, this thing. People don't really know what or who she is, but they kind of fear this person, but it's out of respect of the mysticism of the old gods. They kind of just leave that alone. It's not a very talked about thing within the village.
So, Heryn, in talking to you about it, would I be getting
Yes.
that sensibility from you?
Yeah, I would say that it would be something that I would know in passing, but not have deep knowledge on. So, limited information and probably lack of concern.
I allow Heryn to usher us towards the bar and the Bark and Buzzard, and I read the room and can tell that he is a bit standoffish to such a place, and I tell myself that I will visit later tonight after they've gone to bed.
Heard that. So you all make your way to the Bark and Buzzard, and as you enter, there's a decent amount of patrons, and as I said before, there's not a real true bar. It's just kind of like they're open, and you find Barbarossa and Seraphel sitting at that same table that you all met at just a few days ago.
As I walk by, I put my hands on Seraphel's shoulders, firm and grip them strong. Hello, friend.
I ordered drinks. Come.
Ah, very
Yeah.
good. Karen!
She comes by, and right as Seraphel says, I ordered drinks the second round that Barbarossa and Seraphel ordered, as they had already came and drank the first round.
I look to see if Barbarossa is sitting with 2 drinks.
What do you mean?
If he has 2 drinks in front of him, like he did when we met here the other day.
Oh, no. Yeah, sorry.
That's right,
Yes.
that's right.
Yes, he does. Although he has one lip, he's like, and then
He can't two-fist them.
he can't double fist him at the moment, unfortunately.
go.
But he does, of course, have his two mugs filled with ale.
I think
I take note of that, and I don't mention it to anybody.
Karen, real quick, before you leave.
Yes.
Like a couple more pieces of bread, if you don't mind.
Oh, of course. And she, comes back real fast, and it's just fresh from the oven. She sets them down, and you can hear her husband, Holgar saying, "More bread and ale at table 14." Yes, of course. And she runs, and the Barking Buzzards is exceptionally busy, it seems, this evening.
What's on the menu for tonight, Karen? As she walks away, I ask her.
The same thing as always. There's lamb stew or bread.
I'd like to try a bowl of that lamb stew.
Yes, of course. That's 1 gold piece for a meal.
Oh, 1 gold piece. Well,
lamb isn't cheap, sweetheart.
I imagine it's not. Let me see what I have in my pouch. Yes, I will give you a gold piece. What do we owe out? What do I owe you for the drinks as well? I mean, do we have an open tab right now?
Yes,
that you do.
The drinks and the bread.
Yes, drinks, bread, and lamb stew. Does anyone else want lamb stew? Yes, Finnian does.
All right. That would be another gold piece.
Sure, put it on our tab.
All right. 2 lamb stews and 4... 2, 4, 6, 8. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and the bread.
5. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
5 and the bread. Yes. And then as I get the bread, I set the my mug of ale down on the floor, and I just cut the pieces up into manageable pieces, and then put them in my pouch.
Nice.
Put the dagger back in my sheath, and continue.
So,
I have pressing news to tell you.
Us all.
Well, as we were walking here, Barbarossa and I encountered a gentleman, and he said he had a job for us.
I don't know if
I don't know if I trust this job. When do you hear this?
Well,
he wants us to find Jupiter Jones and take something from him.
So let me get this straight. Another job from you that we cannot complete. And then a job involving Barbarossa's best friend.
I don't know. He said we could meet him at the
Skull and Sword.
At the Skull and Sword. Yes, that's it, Barbarossa. Yes, the Skull and Sword, and he would fill us in more on the job.
I know where the Skull and Sword is at. I've never even been in the place. I hear it's ran by, that type.
Well, that halfling that approached us seemed like that type.
Checks out. And we are already on a mission. We have a mission to get this delirium, which you are so enamored by.
I agree. I want to go get it.
Funny you should bring that up. My vote would be to jettison that mission. I don't know if I want to do business with the Amethyst Academy. I think they may have set us up.
Finnian, we told Nimble Quill, we gave our word that we would return this delirium. Now, I don't care about delirium. I don't care about this item at all. but we did give our word, and my word is bond.
As
You're
well
saying
as mine.
You're saying we must go back to the rat's nest.
I did not go on this mission for no reason. We did not run into Nimble Quill for no reason, River for no reason, and Seraphel sending us on this mission in the first place for no reason. We are here for a reason. We must complete it.
I agree, but I would like to know what the item is that he wants us to retrieve. So importantly,
If
from-
it was something that aligned with our current mission, that might be something that we could do. But we're already tasked. We already tasked with something. We must go back.
Correct. But do we really want to make an enemy of Jupiter Jones?
Jupiter Jones. Jupiter Jones. Jupiter Jones. It's all I hear.
It's
Jeez.
all I.
Oh,
Goodness.
Just in your. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I hear that in my head.
Yeah.
Like,
we actually hear it in the tavern. Some little bard starts playing that too.
or it's like we all like think we heard it or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to make enemies, but
No.
I am
Jupiter
curious.
Jones is friend nor foe. He exists. He's far more advanced in his skill than us. I say we leave him be. If he assists us, great. If not,
So
Whack,
you're
what have
you're
you.
not willing to hear the halfling ouch. Is that what you're saying, Heryn?
if it aligns with our current mission, possible.
So
Well,
we should go see what he has to say.
I think we should entertain it.
Okay.
We do need to return back to the Rat's Nest Tavern. We know where to go. We've cleared half the ratlings as it is.
I think they reproduce rather quickly, though.
Well, that means that we should go back just as quick.
So we should make haste there in the morning.
Well, no, we have to take care of Barbarossa's arm.
If it's possible, we may have to make some arrangements. Barbarossa, I do apologize. I know that this must be inconvenient sitting here with one arm.
Yeah, do not fret, friends. I did not expect it to be finished like that. I knew it would take some time to at least construct the arm, let alone for me to get used to it. But I think I'm with a good night's rest and some thoughtful strategy. I think we can come out victorious.
We should at least let Tobias know in the morning to get
Oh,
started on your
he
arm.
says no, absolutely. I'm going to commission said project in the morning, but he says I do not think it's a good idea for us to wait till it's finished.
Absolutely not. No, I believe that it is going to take Tobias some time to create whatever he does, and then in the meantime, we can do our mission.
If it is
Right.
not too late already.
I mean,
Jupiter-
what time is
Jupiter
it now?
Jet-
I mean, I feel like we've been here and there. I can't even tell the time.
It's definitely evening. You guys have kind of been talking sitting down for about an hour. It's probably 7 in the evening. The sun's definitely set. It's been a long time since you guys have had an actual long rest that gives you the full effects of everything.
And where shall we?
Now, go for it, Heryn.
Yeah, at this moment, the last time that we had stayed here, we took refuge in the Red Lion
In
hotel. It is a hotel.
It is a hotel. Yeah, Red Lion
Yeah.
Hotel.
Yeah, I had to verify. But today we have the same provisions. Where would one stay? And Heryn would know this probably. Staying here, I would imagine that Heryn would have some
Yes. Heryn, you would know that the Bark and Buzzard, they actually keep about a dozen one-room cottages throughout the village that have been since abandoned, that they rent out to travelers for 5 gold pieces a night.
Okay. Well, I would walk up to Karen and I would mention that we need some lodging for the night for all 4.
Says, well, would you like? She says we only have 3 available cabins. Are you renting the one? You know, they're all one-room cottages.
How many beds?
She says, no beds. They're just but empty cottages. So it's literally just it's 4 walls and a roof over your head.
If there are no beds, then we will take 1.
She says, all right, that's how many nights will you be reserving the cottage?
Just tonight.
And that'll be 5 gold pieces.
And I would give it them the 5.
Perfect. She kind of walks away for about a minute or two, comes back with a key, and just kind of tells you where it is in the village.
Thank you, Karen.
Of course.
As always, Aaron and Karen together again.
She chuckles and says, which is why I gave you the one closest to the tavern.
And I would grab her hand. She hands me the key. I would grab her hand and hold it with both hands. Grip it strong. Give her a good look in the eye. Let her go.
She says, not around Holgar.
I know. Hey.
Isn't she married?
I like kick behind.
But yeah, she gives you the key to the tavern right across the right across the street, but right across the open little yard. So
Karen, could we have another round?
She says,
on
yes,
you.
of course.
On you.
On me, yes, on me. I am.
Not but a minute goes by, and she sets another tray of mugs down at your table. And of course, Barbarossa comes with 2.
And bread, I guess, as well. A little more bread.
As long as you're paying.
I'm paying.
And she sets it down once again.
It was quite a adventure.
1 second, guys.
I would take another piece. I'm gonna take another piece off the tray, and then kneel down on the floor, and I'm just cutting it up. And I just hold a dagger, and I'm just chopping it up, and into these manageable pieces, putting it into a pouch, and it's just another. You've seen Heryn do this multiple times at this point. So.
Well,
Finnian seems lost in thought over his lamb stew.
I dip some of the bread in the stew as I continue to eat and drink, and we will find it. We'll go back.
Seraphel, your mind is on delirium, my friend. I can see it. I can see it in your eyes every time you bring it up.
I see it and I smell it, and it's part of me.
Are you sure it's not a problem?
Not at all.
The first step in overcoming an addiction is to realize that you have a problem in the first place.
No, it's not a problem. I will show you when we fight again.
If this is something if it's something that helps us, then I am for this. We are of a party, as they say.
You will not convince me that delirium is any sort of help to anybody.
Oh, I will help you all in combat.
Finnian, are you sure that delirium has no properties in healing? Are you
It definitely
certain, Are you
has.
certain of this?
It definitely has value if that's what you're getting at. You can
No,
take,
no. I
You can
speak
take
of
a
it.
piece of the delirium and trade it for gold, which definitely would aid in some sort of healing.
No,
So,
sir.
well,
I understand this, but I mean more in the magical properties that Delirium holds. Do you think that there's any magical capabilities inside of that?
well, as far as I'm concerned, I will show you when we fight again. I will create powerful orbs and shards that will create powerful force damage that will come out of my hands.
So it can do
The delirium,
real magic.
The delirium can use real magic.
Seraphel, all of us are well aware of your feelings on delirium, but Heryn has asked me my feelings on delirium.
Well, can you heal with it?
Let me answer your question. From all of the experience that I have with this material, I feel no good comes from it.
I have that same feeling. Finnian.
There is power that comes from it, yes. There is potential economic gain that comes from it, yes. But none of it is good in my estimation so far.
Well,
I yield to you that I do have limited experience with the stuff, but I don't believe it's good inherently, and I shan't use it to heal. It only contaminates. It does not make you better.
From my experience, yes.
The delirium will contaminate.
Yes, but there's magic inside of this delirium.
There is power in it. Power that can be harnessed to flourish with magic.
And where there is power, this power could be used for good or evil.
I'm not sure that's always the case.
Power is it is energy, and energy is either positive or negative.
At this moment in time, I believe I need it not.
I understand. This world and this land, Drakkenheim, all that anyone focuses on is delirium.
Only reason I have come to this place is to heal the city from the scourge caused by the delirium.
I just beg the question, is it possible that healing could come from delirium? And I do not know this. I am but a simple man. But if it does exist, I'm here to help.
You bring up a good point. I will keep my open mind, but I shan't hold my breath.
I understand.
As you all have this conversation, a hooded figure in like this just brown drab, almost like a burlap sack clothing, very reminiscent of the group of followers of the Falling Fire that you met in the ruins, kind of approaches you all rather quickly as Heryn says that, I don't necessarily know if there's to be healing found in the delirium, but he kind of rushes up to your table almost as you all say that, and he kind of throws off his hood, and you can see he has like this very tan brown skin. His eyes flicker with like flecks of gold, but yet also like the occasional, like as the light kind of bounces off his eyes, like the occasional fleck of octarine as well. But he's completely bald. He's just really tan skin. He seems to be human. But as he kind of like throws off his hood and he says, "There is to be healing found in delirium. Have you not heard of the word of Lucretia Matthias? She's found this healing. She knows the way. You need but trust in her word, in the delirium. It was brought here for a purpose that you, me, us, all of us, we must fulfill. And it is through Lucretia Matthias, through her word, her prophecy, that we will arrive at this destination. We will fulfill this destiny."
break of character. You know, when you're in a bar and somebody walks up and they just start talking just some
That's
nonsense.
exactly what this. Yeah, that's exactly what this feels like.
And you're holding a drink and you're like, yeah,
It was like this person, like you now, like as soon as he comes up, you notice or you realize that you've seen this person just kind of like circling the bar, almost as if like eavesdropping on all the different conversations, just waiting for a potential chance to recruit or kind of just preach the word of Lucretia Matthias. And you all were just the unlucky victims to fall.
Yeah, right. It's like when the when you get handed a Bible really quickly.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And you don't want to be rude and just like
Yeah,
throw it away
right.
right then and there. And you're like, I'll wait an extra 50 feet.
Yeah.
Although I don't throw away Bibles, I also don't
Yeah.
take it.
That's right.
But nonetheless, he says, "Have you all not heard the word of Lucretia Matthias? I would love to."
Oh yes, friend, we've heard. No, we're well aware of your cult.
No cult. Just
It is a cult.
He almost sighs. No, although I understand that you would have such opinions about us and about Lucretia Matthias, you do. And he kind of turns and looks to Seraphel. Have a peculiar taste in your companionship, but nonetheless, all are called to fulfill the destiny that has been brought upon our world. That came with the delirium.
Have you heard of the wonderful news and power of the old god Jayanshet the healer?
Yes, I have.
My god is much more powerful than your god.
I have no god. And yes, I
Except the delirium. The delirium is your god. Whether you would know it or not, the delirium is your god.
You misunderstand our faith in the delirium.
It is not. I pontificate on spiritual comparativism on a daily basis.
He kind of takes a step back. It is clear that I am not the one meant to change your minds, but
Do you have delirium?
he looks and he almost like grabs his chest. I says, "I have none on me. What would you?"
I put my hand on Seraphel's shoulder.
I sense that you have delirium on you.
I do not have.
As I'm feeling a pit
Calm
coming
down,
into my
my
stomach.
friend. Calm down, my friend.
Are you willing to part with it?
If it is my time to part with mine, then it shall be it. But he almost looks fearful of you now, Seraphel. I do not believe one of your orators meant to claim such a prize. He kind of takes a step back, like almost like looking for support behind him, like he's trying to like look for something to lean on, but there's nothing there. He's just kind of stumbling a step or two back.
Seraphel, need I remind you of our interaction with Nathaniel earlier?
Yes.
Nice man.
This is one of his followers. I imagine. I don't mean to assume. You know Nathaniel?
He says, yes, you know of Nathaniel?
They belong to the same cult.
I was going to offer you to come meet with him at Hendrick's farm.
I apologize. We know Nathaniel. This is okay.
Then
we
you must come to Hendrick's farm.
saved Nathaniel.
You were he like literally falls to the ground on his knees. His hands like, I don't know if you guys have ever gone through a tornado drill in school, but where like you're on your knees and like your elbows on the ground and your hands are above your head like this, but instead of like clasped hands, his hands are like up, almost like as if like ready to like receive something or hold something up. And he says, "Oh, worthy ones, please, I did not know it was you I was speaking to. Lucretia Matthias has called us to serve. Please." He's almost like kind of like recoiling back as if expecting some sort of reprimand.
Be gone.
We understand. Be on your way.
Be gone, sir.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, we very much appreciate you.
He says, "You must come speak with Nathaniel. You must."
Only if you can supply us with some delirium.
Seraphel, must we make everything about delirium?
You can see, like,
It's my life.
He is just, like, so scared of Seraphel, but yet his duty, you can tell he's, like, torn between his duty to, for whatever reason, to serve you all, but yet the fear of Seraphel and what, you don't know necessarily why, but he just
my continued grip on his shoulder, very comforting, but also kind of like gesturing him onward.
He says, "Yes, please. And he just kind of like stands up and turns around and stops at the exit and turns back to you all. And at this point, the entire bar is kind of like, stopped and kind of looked at us because he, stopped very dramatically and turned around and he clutches his chest. He says, "The light and word of Lucretia Matthias will bless each and every one of you. Do not stray from the path. The path will protect." And he just closes his eyes and takes in like a really deep breath. And as he does, his like underneath his clothes begin to glow with that octarine color. And he exhales it, and the color kind of dissipates with his exhalation. And the whole kind of like bar is looking at him, looking back to the four of you. You can see Karen and Helgar being like, "What the hell is going on?" And he finally turns back and leaves the bar. And it's like one of those scenes in an old Western movie where someone comes in and it's all quiet. And then 3 seconds later, back to the noise.
Jedi
That's exactly what
business.
happens
Go back
here.
to your drinks.
Everyone else kind of goes back. And
As he leaves, Seraphel catches his breath and the pit in his stomach seems to return to normal, and his eyes, which were had turned when he had that pit in his stomach, his eyes turned white, and now his eyes turned back to that octarine purple color, as the gentleman had left us, and the delirium is out of the area.
Seraphel, as your eyes slowly come back and the white recedes and the rest of your eyes come back to normal, you hear that familiar chuckle that turns into a cackle in the back of your skull. And then just in that familiar voice, you can hear, "I would very much like to visit this Hendrick Farms. You should take us there, my young wizard."
It may be where we have to go. I think. So.
I lock eyes with Heryn and I flick my eyes towards Seraphel in a very nonchalant way. Does he catch on?
I imagine so. What's your passive perception, Heryn? I wonder.
My passive perception. 14.
Yeah, definitely notices.
I look at Seraphel and I slap him in the face.
What was that?
Get a grip! Get a grip, my friend!
Oh, I have a grip.
I think that madness that afflicted you before might be returning. You might need to go to bed.
We need rest. We need rest.
Yes,
I
Seraphel.
I have secured us a cottage. We should rest.
Well, let's go. I am tired, and this is my third drink.
Look, I
think it's time to go to
apologize. I
bed.
apologize for trying to slap some sense in you. I do apologize.
Well, that you can try, but the delirium, is been my life study, and we need to attain it.
Your eyes are set on delirium. I understand this.
As
It might be a detriment to our party, in fact.
as Finnian's eyes are on his god.
Hey,
My god does not cause me to make rash decisions, my friend.
I did not harm no one.
In fact, my
far.
god gives me my wisdom. Without my god, I would have no wisdom.
Well, like I said, the delirium will help us.
Listen, Seraphel, we all have our vices. I understand. And I down the beer.
I take the last sip of my ale as well,
Ugh.
and I stand up from the chair. I think it is time to retire to bed.
Without hearing the
I think
halfling
so,
out,
too.
I suppose we could find him in the morrow.
Barbarossa, he says, turns to Seraphel. He did make it seem like he was just going to be there for the evening. But I don't know the halfling's routine.
Ah, yes.
We might not
Maybe-
catch him again if we don't speak with him tonight.
So then maybe we should, before we go to bed, maybe we should head to the Skull and Sword.
Maybe so. Let me finish this.
So, Heryn finishes his drink along with Barbarossa. He's chugs it, and then he literally picks up the mug with his teeth and with it. And
I like your
slams it
style,
down.
my friend.
And then he kind of exclaims, "To the skull and sword!" So, you all leave the Bark and Buzzard, and as you kind of like walk out the door, Karen, she exclaims, "Your tab is still running."
Oh, yes. How much do we owe you? Are you gonna keep the tab open till
She
tomorrow?
says, "We can just keep it running. Do not worry, honey."
Okay.
I lock eyes with her.
Glad to know our credit is good here.
She knows my
So-
credit is good.
As you all approach the Skull and Sword, you see that it's a dingy saloon that was converted from an old farmstead. A jawless skull is impaled upon a rusty sword that is embedded beside the main door. No one knows really who or what did them in, but it's Heryn knows and explains that it's tradition to make a macabre greeting to the skull on your way into the bar. As inside, you guys can see that the establishment is a rowdy environment. There's currently a few loud yelling matches and a few fist fights that are happening. And Heryn knows that several ruffians are thrown out pretty much every night. But if you're a misfit, scoundrel, or thief, this would be the place to be.
Looks
But,
like a rough place. I thought the Bark and Buzzard was rough.
I've never been to a place like this.
Are you afraid?
I'm quite nervous. Yes.
Don't be afraid. Let's go in.
So as you walk in, the bar itself's very dingy. Although there is an actual bar, it just has 5 stools. Tonight, surprisingly enough, is a fairly slow night. There's only 2 people actually sitting at the bar. Behind the bar is a very large half-orc. She has like a shirt on, and painted on it is "I'm Frida, don't fight." And she just kind of like looks at you. She raises an eyebrow as you entered, points out her name, or points at the Frida on the "I'm Frida" part, and then points down to her belly and says, "Don't fight." And then she kind of raises an arm and like bulges her muscles, and then like on her actual muscle itself is painted "or else." And she did, kind of then begins to ignore you all and tends the 2 people sitting at the bar. The only other table is occupied by, one that Seraphel and Barbarossa would recognize. Let me. go? Nope, where'd he go? There he is. So yes, Blackjack Mel, a sneaky, conniving-looking halfling. His hair is almost always greased back into, what wants to be a ponytail, but is still just too short. His beard is always that 5 o'clock shadow.
That's him. That's the guy. Mel.
He's currently at a table with another halfling. And there's a Goliath kind of standing in front of the table, just standing there, wide, broad shoulder. His eyes are just staring forward. And as Seraphel says, "Oh, that's him," you see Blackjack kind of put his arm over the booth and say, "Ah, my friends, come, join, sit down, Arfie." Arfie, scoot over. And the giant Goliath just kind of scoots over a little bit.
I'll sit down next to the Goliath.
Yeah, he's standing. He's standing guard in front of the table.
I'll sit next to where he's standing.
Perfect.
I look at Seraphel and I say, "This is who we were meeting?"
Yeah, this is him, Mal.
He says, "What? I'm not enough for you?"
Nah, you're just shorter than I expected.
Oh. He turns to the other halfling and he kind of pats him on the shoulder. "This guy's got jokes, huh?" And the other one says, "I'm not much of a funny guy. Don't really like comedians."
Oh, you just look like one.
He says, He turns back to Blackjack and says, "You sure these fools are the ones that can get this job done? I don't just give my intel to anyone, you see." Blackjack, he says, "Don't worry. They may. I can't speak for their skills, but I can speak for their guts. All right, they got it. They got a couple pairs on them. They stood up to that. They didn't back down like the rest of the village. They, He just kind of scoffs. He says, "How long have you been in this city, huh? Done anything I would have heard of yet?"
You haven't heard of it currently, but you'll hear about it in tales.
Oh. Fancy yourself a legend, huh? Legends tend to die young.
Well, we do have a prophecy about us going on currently. Maybe you've heard of the mutterings of the fallen fire?
Blackjack Mel, he kind of giggles a little bit. That he says, "What? You're throwing your talent with them?"
No, we're not throwing in our towel with them, but you have to admit that Lucretia Matthias does have some visions that have been legitimized, and she's currently telling one about us.
He puts up his hands. "We've all heard of divination wizards. They're nothing but crazy kooks and crockpots, all right?"
Really?
That's all she is. I don't think it. I know it. Call me a divination wizard. And both him and the other halfling kind of break up in laughter when he says that.
I think you have the wrong idea of divination wizards.
I don't believe you know what a wizard even is, if with that kind of description.
The other halfling says, "You all wouldn't know a wizard from the other end of your ass, all right?"
I guess not. What is it that you want of us?
He looks to Blackjack, and Blackjack says, "They're here. That means they're interested." And he looks back to you guys. "So, you fancy yourselves a group of thieves ready to take something?"
None whatsoever.
No, I'm actually a wizard. As I let a little spark go off my finger.
I'm a holy man. I try not to do wrong, but only good.
After you insulted wizards, by the way.
There are no thieves here.
Barbarossa says, "I may have stolen a thing or two, but
But you're no thief.
He's like, "I wouldn't call myself a thief." And then the halfling says, "Well, I need people who are willing to take something that's not theirs."
I look at Barbarossa.
Barbarossa says, "Well, I'm willing, but only if the rest of you all help me."
Yeah, what is it that he wants us to take?
He says, "You see, that's Jupiter Jones." He almost says it like in a mocking tone. He's come to the city to pillage its old relics, its riches, its golds. And he's gotten a pretty decent lead, I've heard, on a certain relic that lots of people are going to want their hands on the moment word gets out. But I want you all to obtain this information from Jupiter Jones about this relic and bring it to me before he uses this information, takes the relic himself. We don't want it falling into the hands of some Caspian. He's not even from Westamar.
And what is this relic of which you speak?
Some say it's the scepter of St. Petruvio. That's just what people say.
And he has it in his possession?
He says no, but he knows where it's at. Says people say he's recently found a lead. People say that I've got an in his crew. Who knows?
Finnian's eyes light up when the mention of Saint Petruvio is spoken.
So,
are
you guys interested?
I'm willing to help right or wrong and keep such a sacred relic out of the hands of such a pompous lordling.
Music to my ears. It would be much safer with a Westamarian such as myself.
That may be.
Shall we table this for now?
What's there to table?
If we acquire it, we do. If we don't, then we don't.
Blackjack, takes out like a sack and sets it down on the table. And you can hear the jingle of coin inside, and he kind of slides it to you. How about we not table this for now?
What's that?
This is a down payment for said information.
So
now we know where this is going, where the information should be held. Like my friend here said, he knows a guy who said he had a cousin who happened to have a friend who knew a girl that has an inn with Jupiter Jones' crew.
Yeah, you know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
That's just what people say. It's just what they say.
We understand.
I'm willing to accept this mission just based on general principle.
But,
Jupiter Jones should not take a Westamarian relic, to be certain.
But Finnian, they're gonna want the relic, correct?
Well,
shut your damn mouth, Seraphel.
What we do with the information of the whereabouts of this relic is our business. I mean, we're Westamarians like yous.
Well, why do you want the relic?
Who says we want the relic? We want the information of where the relic is at. That's all I'm paying you, fine. That's all you need to know.
I would tap on the bag. What's in here?
A down payment. I already said it.
No. What's in here?
He kind of opens it and says, "How about a couple of, maybe a little 250 pieces of candy?" And it holds it open for you all to see.
250 apiece?
No.
He looks at you.
250 in the bag.
Yeah. He says, "You really are a funny man, huh?"
I'm a serious man.
The other halfling laughs. "I ain't heard a serious word out of your damn mouth this whole time."
So, you want information on where the relic is. Who wants the information after we get it to you?
He looks back to Blackjack. Are we speaking common here? Because I can't tell.
Well, is there a buyer for that information? Just out of curiosity.
Yes, it's them. They're the buyer. We
well,
will take you up on the offer.
Are you going to give that information to someone else?
What's the matter to you?
I'm just curious.
The other halfling looks back to Blackjack. These guys are asking an awful lot of questions. What's going on here? And he says, "No."
I snatched the gold off the table. The
Quite
bag
inquisitive. I'm just inquisitive.
and I just say, "We'll see your bet."
He says, "Hey, fine. But you're going to need to know a couple of things, like where their camp is, right?"
Yeah, that would help.
We got half of it here, so we'll give you the answers later.
You don't want to know the information I got?
Oh, what do you have?
You have information. I apologize. I assumed you were speaking of information that we should give to you.
No. He was basically saying, like, he knows where they're camped, and
we'll
where.
take all the information you have.
So yes, Blackjack. He says, well, first off, this is my good old friend, Cuff. And Cuff kind of bows his head a little bit and says, Cuff Goldberg, that's about all you need to know about me. And he explains that their camp is west of the Heryn Hills, and so it's like between Camp Dawn and Eckerman Mill, essentially. It's off the map, but like if you drew a straight line from the Heryn Hills kind of up, that's where it's at. About 5 miles outside of the city, which kind of escaped the haze. But he does say he's got about. It's a decent sized camp. He brought about a couple of squads of men. There's about 20 Caspians there. That's about his whole band of people or whatever. But of course, they're not there all at once, all the time. And the information is. He says that his informant said that they found a book in the ruins that was a diary of one of the old flame keepers that upkept the chapel of St. Brenna. And, that the scepter was secretly being hidden there before the shrine that was being made for it at the Temple of St. Vitruvio was finished. But that was, the entry was a few days before the fall of the city, so people suspect. But of course, I shouldn't say you guys don't know this information yet. But it's kept in his tent. Excuse me.
Okay.
So what we really want is the journal.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is not far from Eckerman Mill.
No. It's halfway between Eckerman Mill and Camp Dawn, where the Silver Order has taken up camp.
Understood. I believe that we will speak to you later.
What's the time frame you want this back?
He says, no, we're in no rush, but of course, I don't want you to dilly-dally.
Yeah. Okay.
And we will do so by speaking to you later.
Do you expect it to take more than a few days?
No.
Well,
But a few days.
then we're all good here. And I hope when you speak to us later, it's about the certain information you've acquired.
I take the bag and I toss it over to Barbarossa.
He catches it and kind of puts it in his pack.
We'll see you at a later date.
Blackjack Mel and Cuff Goldberg, they just kind of tip their hats, and Blackjack Mel signals for the barkeep to send another round to their table, and the two of them just kind of go back to a hushed conversation, and you can kind of see the Goliath Arfie kind of motion for you all like it's time to leave.
I just look at everybody else and kind of give the gesture towards the door.
Seraphel stands up and approaches the door and turns back around, looking at them, very weary. Doesn't trust them as he walks out.
Finnian stands and bows to Cuff and Blackjack Mel and says, "I apologize for my friends. It can be somewhat dense from time to time." He turns around and walks out as well.
You can hear as you're moving or like walking away, Cuff is turning to Black. She says, "Dense. That's the least I'd call him. God, it's like I was speaking Elvish to the fool." I put the 250 in the party inventory. Just FYI. So,
and we would make our way to the cottage, just opposite of the Barking Buzzard, if I am not mistaken.
Perfect. So yes, right there is the little cottage that you guys have been rented for the evening. You guys walk in, unlock the door, walk in, and then just as it was described, it's just this drab one-room cottage. You know, there's a fireplace. You know, if you guys wanted to light one and warm the place up a bit, although it's not chilly, but it's not cold or it's not hot either. You know, but nonetheless, as you all kind of unroll your bedrolls and lay down and for much needed long night's rest, what's kind of going through everyone's head? You know, how's everyone feeling thus far after your first foray into the city? Let's go ahead and start with Heryn.
My thoughts are scattered. I have always been set on missions and feel very bound by my word. However, my missions feel rooted in delirium, which is something that I never thought would be something that I would be a part of. Here I am with a party that I trust, and that is what I follow.
Love it. What about Finnian?
Well, as the party settles into their cottage, Finnian would excuse himself and say,
yes.
I shall be back. I shall be back soon," and would walk north across the little bridge towards the place that had been indicated to him, where the shrine of the old gods would be located. The 7 standing stones.
Just outside of
Finnian would make a pilgrimage there before bedding down for a rest, and his thoughts would be on the possible betrayal by the Amethyst Academy. Finnian at this point does not trust the Amethyst Academy at all. He feels that they sent them on a mission that was too much for the party to handle, expecting them to get killed for whatever reason. Whatever diabolical means that they may have for wanting us dead. That's what Finnian is meditating on as he approaches the shrine.
And Seraphel?
Seraphel feels conflicted. That he wants to go and continue his adventures with his friends, but he wants to go and get the delirium from the rat's nest. He doesn't trust these rogues that just gave us this mission. He just had a sense that they felt untrustworthy, even though they paid us. He feels that they want the relic for something more, and they're going to either sell it to someone else or use it for other properties. And he's very conflicted.
And I imagine at some point in our restlessness in the cottage that isn't really comfortable. You're laying on hard surfaces where we have nothing but what we have on us to comfort us. And I imagine in this time, I would also mention to Seraphel that we will stop by the Rat's Nest Tavern. We know where it is. It's on our way. We can take care of that first. We can stop by Eckerman Mill. We can deliver the delirium to Nimble Quill. And then we can also take care of this task for them. So don't feel like our mission is lost. We are just adding to the task.
So, as three of you begin to bed down and enter a much needed but yet still restless sleep, as there's so much on all of your minds, we move to Finnian, who begins to approach the shrine of the old gods. Finnian, you see 7 standing stones that comprise this ancient shrine that rests within a small grove of dying trees on the outskirts of town. You see inscribed on each stone are the legends of primordial gods, one of them also being Dianchet. Between them rests a pedestal adorned with the various animal bones, plants, and candles that seem to be lit every night, ending this very night. You look and you can see a crude old hut lies down a small dirt path near the shrine. A small billow of smoke comes from a hole in the thatched roof chimney, and an odd scent of herbs and tobacco wafting from within.
Which stone is the one that's dedicated to Dianchet?
This one right here.
Finnian approaches that stone and kneels before it, offering up a prayer and a request to his god before then approaching the hut.
What is the request?
The request is simple guidance in the task of why I am here and what my personal mission is and how it is to be accomplished.
So, Finnian, you, as you kind of are kneeling there, praying and giving this request to your god, you feel a gentle yet firm guiding hand just kind of like be placed upon you. Like the hand feels so large, it like takes up like your shoulder and almost like half your back, and it's just like this warm feeling sensation, and you can kind of feel like this essence, this whatever this is, almost like kind of bring you up, as if asking you not to kneel anymore, and you just feel a little bit more clarity, and just like more of like just a sense of where you need to go, as you begin to approach the door And because of that, you're going to gain some inspiration there, Finnian.
The button is clicked.
Finnian, as you approach the door, you knock. What do you do?
Yes, I'll knock on the door.
So, right as you are about to knock, the door kind of swings open with a forceful yet gentle kind of breeze. And you can see not sitting, but standing there, this giant figure clad like in a hood, and the cape and hood is just covered in moss, twigs, almost as if like you're looking at a standing bush. And the kind of figure kind of turns towards you, and you just see, this figure has a face of a bear, this towering 7.5 foot figure. This giant brown bear with graying fur all around its face kind of turns and says, oh, oh, oh. I was wondering when you would come visit old Zoya. Cromac told me of your arrival. Please come in, have some tea. And the old figure kind of begins to shuffle around, very slowly, almost as if like it's not in pain, but oh, what the heck? Not in pain, but like as if like its old joints don't move like it used to. But she walks around this bubbling kettle, water and like herbs, kind of like you notice that this is what's causing that scent to kind of travel throughout the entire shrine. But she takes a pot that was hanging above it, turns around to a little cup, and pours 2 little cups of tea, sets it back down over the bubbling cauldron, and in her giant paws, the cup is so small, and she very gently kind of passes it towards you.
I take the cup, and I inhale deeply from the steam coming out of it.
It's very floral, jasmine-like, and also like almost as if it's steeped in like wood bark as well. You also get a faint smell of iron, almost as if like even blood has been mixed into this tea. And she turns back around with her own cup and almost, inhales the entire cup in just one sip, and then just So, tell me, young follower of the Unshed, what is it that you need from old Zoya today?
And I hand her a pouch of 10 gold pieces, and as tribute, I offer a bit of coin to help with your ministries here. And in return, I only ask if Cromac had told you what I must do to heal the city of Drakkenheim.
Oh, my young follower. She kind of takes she doesn't say my young, but my young devoted. She takes the coin and she's kind of like looking at it, and she flicks each one into the bubbling cauldron before you. And she just says, there is no need for such tribute with me. And no, Cromac spoke no such prophecy to me. But I was asked to aid you in any way I can. What clouds your vision so much? Do you not already see the answer to your problem? The problem of delirium?
My vision is clouded by such My vision is clouded by such despair in what the Delirium has done to the city and indeed the entire realm. There is so much violence and contamination. It is difficult to see how to fix the Delirium problem.
There is much to be distracted by in these old ruins, yes. And unfortunately, they will continue until Cromac takes back all. But there is hope for the now. I do believe your answers could be sought at the heart of the problem. The very star that fell on this old city. Its bones were rotten much far before the star actually fell. The star only helped what was inevitable. What do you expect to happen once you've saved this city, as you put it, from the Delirium?
I believe the snake shall shed its skin and things shall begin anew. I have been told as such by the Unshet. And all I know is that I need to perform rituals at the Cathedral of Saint Vitruvio, Saint Salinas' monastery, and the chapel at Castle Draken.
Yes. I think you will have further answers with Cromac. He has told me that you should seek the heart. Go to the crater, commune with it, as the old gods once did, at sites very much like this one. That will offer you more guidance. I know Cromac is not who you have devoted yourself to, but the old gods hold faith in each other, not these new flames that have such ignited the hearts of young warriors in the realm.
Understood. A book of the Unshet's teachings once told me that no great man has ever bent to fad or fashion.
Such teaching is wise, especially in an age that we find ourselves in. Do not find yourselves distracted with the glitz and glams of this modern world. Do not find yourself distracted by the shiny trinkets that people will offer you for jobs. Your goal is a singular one. Head to the crater, commune with the star, and you will find your answer there. The true cure to this calamity. The way back to the old gods lies there.
Many thanks, old Zoya.
Please come back for tea anytime.
I will next time I'm in town.
And as you kind of do you exit? So as you leave, just for a split second, you can see the eyes on all the statues depicting the old gods kind of lit up just for a brief second in this like bright starry blue. And then as you kind of like notice it, they fade real quickly.
I'm making my way back to the cottage.
So, as you make your way back to Emberwood Village, not Eckerman Mill, sorry. As you make your way back to Emberwood Village, a slight drizzle begins to fall upon your shoulders as you open up the door and find the rest of your party sleeping very soundly. You can you see Seraphel kind of going back and forth. He's kind of tossing. He's just Just kind of chuckling to himself in his sleep.
Heryn might be the most still you have ever seen him. And in sleep, it's common for the only rest for this monk to find is in stillness.
Nice.
I will settle in and unroll my bedroll and lay down on it and start to read my prayer book.
Lovely. So, as the night passes and everyone goes to sleep, you all can go ahead and hit that long rest button. Ooh. As I'm sure it is much needed.
In Drakkenheim, a long rest.
Woo!
They are hard
Feels
to come
good.
by.
Amazing.